I could argue that he is the best player in college hockey.
Not the best goalie
in the hockey league.
That top line is a combined plus 48. Here's Blake Montgomery, makes the handoff to Christian Fitzgerald. It's in the crease, and it zooms into the corner.
Well, Tiernan Shouty lost his line mate, Tanner Kelly, who was a buzzsaw. Now it looks like he's found a new one.
Tommy Monisto slams on the brakes, and the shot blocked just off, and is picked up by Daniel Russell. The latest 100-point scorer for Michigan State puts one off the post, and then Strabo off the net as well on the rebound. Oh, Russell almost had .101 there. Sean Barnhill, the defenseman, jumping down the wall. Now Riker Lee brings it to the point.
In recruiting, but really impacting and putting together a solid game plan for this season.
Oh, Hauser kind of fans on the
53 assists, over 100 points for him. He's got 15 so far, making his adjustment into college hockey, but bright future for the 6th-round Vancouver pick.
Here's Quinn Finley, backhand save by Augustine, and from the seated position, he stops the puck. Finley and Augustine, that will be a fun battle to slides into the wall and takes out Blake Montgomery, who gets to his feet and receives a tape-to-tape pass. Augustine rises to the occasion and makes the stop. Wow, that was a quick developing play.
Crazy good pass there by Logan Hensler, the 1st rounder of the Ottawa Senators.
One of the best passes from the D zone you'll see. And how about
you as you get later in this game?
Knocked down by Tyson Dick. Puts one right on Augustine. Jack Horbach was looking for a rebound. It really wasn't there, and Michigan State takes exception to Horbach's presence.
I'm not so sure he was looking for a rebound, just trying to stir the pot right there, but he did it on weekend with you. He said he feels that the conference is as deep as it has ever been, and I believe that he's correct in that analysis.
Botterill in deep. Ben Dexheimer on the pinch. And a chance for Deering, who feeds Dexheimer, and Augustine another clutch save.
Reminding fans, Dexheimer is the one who scored the overtime winner, a back-breaking goal for the Spartans. Take a look as he's down low, walks this off. Riker Lee tried to tomahawk chop that stick up.
Here's Romani with a feed for Shouty, and Hensler blanketing Shouty on the dive to the net. Now a shot from the left point, knocked down. That was have donned the green and white inside Munarina. That has not changed, just a fresh coat of paint. Chaos in front, and a chance for Porter Martone, wreaking havoc on the forecheck. Wisconsin lucky to survive. Cookie at center ice for Barnhill, who rims it around. Talk waiting for Wisconsin.
The red line turning this back. There's Sturback doing the exact same thing.
But Wisconsin has the puck in the attacking zone, and Hensler couldn't get his stick on the puck. Good stick work by Michigan State defensively. Tommy Monisto, a shot blocked at point-blank range by Horbach, looking to feed Lee in the crease, and a shot from the defenseman Geary is deflected up and out of play.
Jack Horbach, the player who got hit, had to pop back up, and it was his extra effort diving with his stick there that made contact with the Michigan State player shooting that puck. Take a look, senior. Jack Horbach, one of the few players in college hockey who's played both forward and defense at times for Mike Hastings.
You know about that. You did that in the NHL.
College Jack of all trades, master of none.
Oh, it's deflected in off the blocker of Hauser. He made the initial save, and Michigan State scores. Riker Lee gives the Spartans a 1-0 lead on the road.
Coaches always say, bring the puck to the net and good things will happen. As you look at this replay, that is what Riker Lee is going to do. A nice release by the defense, puts the puck on the net, hits Riker Lee right in the chest. Tough break for Daniel Hauser to make the initial save, be popping that puck. He's trying to kind of shoot it out past the initial rung of players, past that traffic.
Really impressive.
Yep, nothing to shake a stick at.
No.
But in many of those leagues, such as the OHL, we were talking about Romani scoring 58 goals a couple seasons ago for Barrie in the OHL, and just has 8 at this point, I say, with a little bit of sarcasm. College hockey's tough, and the players are bigger, the players are stronger. Junior hockey, even the Canadian Hockey League, which now opened up to the NCAA, is a
Augustine is the difference maker for Michigan State. He looked so dialed in the first period.
And hard to do so when you didn't have, a sustained.
Cardinal red and white. Now a scrum. Loose puck moved to the line. Hensler's got it. Osborne controls, shot blocked. Rebound to Hensler. Feeds Osborne again from the dot. Pass to Tumult. He scores! It's a power play goal for the Badgers. And we're tied at 1.
Terrific shot by Oliver Tulk, but a puck battle in the corner was a key differentiator. Look at the Michigan State Spartans. 1, 2, 3, 4. They only have 4 players on the ice outside of Augustine. They're all in the corner. Great heads-up play here by Hensler to move this over to his defense partner. Turnover would ensue, and that one is what they call seamed right through the. For you stats fans at home, it just drives players crazy because you just get a minus in your plus minus. And it effectively still was a power play. The extra player hadn't come in and made an impactful impact on that play. It's like the empty net minus that'll just drive a guy crazy.
Yes. That feed from Romani was blocked by Dexheimer. Michigan State still with the puck, and the Spartans score. Gavin O'Connell on a rebound goal for Michigan State. The tie is short-lived.
Frustrating goal for Daniel Hauser, a player left unaccounted in the goal crease. And great vision here by Lindstrom. O'Connell has to collect that off his left skate, and not much hard work from there as Hauser was trying to push to square up and actually carried his momentum past.
Really ramped things up after the game-tying goal for Wisconsin earlier in the period. Right back to work in the O zone. Owen West into traffic, knocked aside. He taps it for Tiernan Shouty. Twin brother Travis is on the roster, not in the lineup tonight. Daniel Russell quickly to his feet, covered up by Joe Palatichuk. Stramel without a lot of room to work with. Porter Martone, Daniel Russell, shot high off the glass.
Effort there by Hensler, just enough to disturb Russell as he was going down.
The mighty top line for Michigan State, arguably the best in the country. 71 combined points coming into this weekend. Here's arguably the best in the country. 71 combined points coming into this weekend. Here's Stramel. Stramel looking for the diving Gavin O'Connell, who had the.
What happened, I'm sure coach made it a bit uncomfortable for them as they hit the ice in practice the following week, and they're a prideful bunch that has national championship aspirations.
Wisconsin with the takeaway, and Augustine gets barreled into by Wisconsin's Adam Pietola. The arm goes up, and there's a dog pile in the crease.
Penalty. Deering engaging with a Spartan player rather aggressively. Lindstrom, who was a part of it all last weekend, engaged with Botterill. He's not shy of the extracurriculars at 6'3", 220 pounds, and Pietola just not letting up, not letting Augustine stand his ground. Geary steps up for his netminder. See the official flag that quickly. So the one thing there that is a unique penalty, well, it has to be called, but if Geary grabs his face mask, he would, and it was called, he would be out of the game.
Owen West moves it along to Anthony Romani. Wide pass, Nielsen's got it, top of the circle, flicks the wrist, knocked down by Hauser, almost out of self-defense. Michigan plays the rebound. West, Romani, shot high off the glass. Nielsen waits for it, moves it back to West. Romani, dropped off for West. Nielsen, one-timer, blocked and redirected away. He converges. Stramel and Barnhill shut down the rush for Wisconsin. Now Dubinsky, pass blocked by Leahy, point blank. Loose behind the net for Pietila. It's Deering. This is turning into a good shift for this line for Wisconsin.
Yeah, great momentum.
But now a chance for Michigan State. Russell drags, scores! No, it's off the post. Yes, it is a goal.
That was unbelievable. Huge toe drag there by Daniel Russell.
Thought the goal was initially waved off, but it does count.
Well, the interesting part about this is Russell's going to go down on a 2-on-1, and I thought he was going to pass this puck. Not often on a 2-on-1 do you see an offensive player try to beat the defensive players. Watching that going, it initially hit off the crossbar there, and its momentum or spin took it into the net. Unbelievable evasive move there by Russell. Bit unfortunate again for Hauser. So he's got one goal that goes off a player in the... That would have been Coach Hastings to have to challenge, and he's lost his timeout.
Now a chance for Wisconsin as Fitzgerald blasts one off the back glass. Would have been a nice answer for the Badgers looking to quickly counter-strike. Badgers down 2 here on home ice to number 4 Michigan. Skull moves it down the wall to Daniel Russell, who lost the puck, and Jack Horbach steps to it, and a good start for the Badgers penalty kill, who's middle of the pack in the country this season. But now Morrissey wraparound. What a save by Augustine. He robbed. Lindstrom bodied by Dexheimer in front. That was Lindstrom with it there. Now Nielsen shoots, misses the net. Morrissey to the rebound. Lindstrom's got it. Dexheimer traps the puck against the wall.
Unbelievable overpassing there on that opportunity that went by the wayside.
Romani looking for the seam, and this time Morrissey clocked it and sweeps the puck out.
Pretty impressive for a guy who leads the...
Just over the wall, able to hold the zone, but now Michigan State's got it.
That was close on a too many men infraction. Montgomery careful before he played that puck.
Badgers had one of those in a win, albeit, but their last game against Alaska Anchorage.
Players falling everywhere down there.
Barnhill and Deering make that Montgomery get tied up. Bruno Ejan loses the puck in the Michigan. Scores! Charlie Stramel gives Michigan State a 4-1 lead on his 13th of the season.
Charlie Stramel attacks when Wisconsin has numbers. He gives the shimmy outside, then the shimmy inside. Right here, threads the needle through the defense and goes between the wickets of Hauser. Unbelievable individual effort by a former Badger against his former team. Got to imagine that feels awfully good for
Deary, the defenseman, crashing the play. Sturbak's got it. And in the slot, Michigan State trying to keep it alive. Lindstrom on a feed from O'Connell.
Just a fraction late developing.
Here's Deering for Wisconsin. Deering behind the net in front, and the Badgers score. Kyle Kukkonen keeps life in Wisconsin's veins. Kukkonen, the extra skater in Mike Hastings' lineup tonight. A huge goal.
What a breakdown for Michigan State. They score on one end. Wisconsin comes back. The defense misses there, and Deering continues with this puck to the net. It just shimmies its way straight into that slot where Kukkonen is waiting.
The rebound for Michigan State. Nearly a takeaway by the Badgers on the forecheck, but now a chance for Manisto. Backhand deflected off the glass, down to Manisto. He's pressured by Aiden Dubinsky of Wisconsin. Past Ralph. Flipped back to Shouty. And the horn sounds on the second. Well, it was an entertaining second period. Michigan State still in control, but 4-2 feels better for the Badgers.
Look at this one. Off the goal pad. And then up off the crossbar. Just don't see that happen very much. We've had a few weird ones happening around Daniel Hauser. He and his Wisconsin Badgers need to find a way to bridge the gap. They're down a pair. We've got 1 period to play.
Buckle up for the final 20. 6%. Michigan State is a good face-off team as well, don't get me wrong, but have you noticed anything about the draw dominance for Michigan?
Plenty of ties or pucks laying around loose, and they need to go in and help their center win those pucks.
Phelan throws one more. Shot blocked by Polotachuk. Turnaround shot knocked away in the crease by Hauser, who makes the save.
Right on the doorstep was Russell trying to find a goal.
Ralph misses wide glove side. Fitzgerald lobs the puck in the air. Montgomery battling for it along with Simon Tassi. Montgomery looking for the puck. Barnhill lost it just off the blue paint. Fitzgerald backhander. Wide glove side without much on it.
That puck just wouldn't sit flat for it. Was not easy to do.
Ejon goes skate to stick. Tries to feather one to Dick at center ice. Romani again. Knocked off the puck. Sturback for Lindstrom. Puck bounces to the wall, and it's grabbed by Tyson Dick. Numbers for Wisconsin. Dick, backdoor, score! Adam Pietila makes it a 1-goal game. The goal belongs to Tyson Dick.
Great burst of speed out of the defensive zone for the Badgers. Not one, but 3 players bearing down on Trey Augustine's goal. When you have speed, it makes the defense back in. When the defense backs in, it makes it a lot easier to try to make plays. Dick tries to do so. Over to Pietila, hits off the defenseman, I believe, and then finds its way past.
Start on his feet right now and has to hobble over to the bench. Gavin Morrissey, loose puck in front. Tolk shut down by Augustine. Michigan State comes up with fast lead. Right back to center. Polotachuk carries it in and into the glove of Trey Augustine.
Right now, I like the way that we're seeing the transition for the Badgers as we see Porter Mortone go down and he loses that blade, or did he, or was he just,
Was he Charlie Horst?
The blade is still there. I think he just took, it seems like it's an undervalued skill these days and a good goaltender that can play it.
Tassi just couldn't get the shot away, and Dubinsky moves it out. I thought Osborne would be able to hold the zone.
So not only here did they not call a penalty on Michigan State, they're giving Simon Tassi some sort of unsportsmanlike or maybe a misconduct.
2 minutes for diving.
That look says it all. Martone blocked at point-blank range. That was Gavin Morrissey, who is staggered by that blast from Martone.
Martone went from the hunted to the hunter.
Great. It's usually the other way around. Here's Lee trying to drag. Loose puck now into the corner. And cleared by Morrissey, who's able to shake it off, but he is still galloping on one leg over to the back. And it's rolling on its edge, and Lindstrom the takeaway. 3-on-2 for Michigan State. Lindstrom, Romani, and O'Connell making a play at it, and Hauser able to shut it down for Wisconsin.
So curious on where the
Center ice, Tolk keeps it moving. This is Deering on the entry. Deering steers the puck in and dishes it through the crease. Tolk couldn't get there in time. Now Dexheimer. Oh, a save made by Augustine and another save on the try by Osborne. Romani the other way. Russell deflected by Hauser. And Russell runs into Hauser again on the rebound off the end wall. Deering uses the glass. And it rolls down below the goal line.
What a tremendous trio of opportunities for Wisconsin. Osborne on the back end has maybe the best. Dexheimer goes in. That one just finds its way to Osborne's stick. And how about Trey Augustine? I thought Russell was going to score this for sure. Just the way the ebb and flow among goaltenders these days are massive.
Augustine drafted 41st overall by the Red Wings in 2023. There's a kick save. That was Tiernan Shouty who had the chance. There was a man, Nielsen, in the crease. Now Montgomery save Augustine, and the rebound pushed wide.
Time and time again, the Badgers are having opportunities to turn the defense goalie out right now.
And off the post on what could have been a game-clinching empty net goal for Michigan State. One last chance for the Badgers, just over 60 seconds to go. Quinn Finley taken by Russell, and Martone misses the empty net. We'll bring it down to Trey Augustine's side of the sheet.
Huge face-off here for the Badgers. Let's take a look at this shot that nearly shut the doors on the Badgers' opportunity, and it kissed off that post, found its way back out there. Great battle by the
Badgers win the draw. Dexheimer down to Tulk. Tassi with 2 feet in the blue paint tries the redirect. Up to Dexheimer. D-to-D pass, Morrissey. Finley can't handle it. Dexheimer throws it in off the post. Goodness gracious. Morrissey, rather Dexheimer holds the zone, but they say it came out.
Unbelievable. Off the post.
To his right. Fitzgerald knocked away by Augustine. The shot from distance. Dexheimer tees up Finley, and Augustine another save.
Augustine is saved with Tassi. Again, making it difficult for him, and he had to fight to hold on to that rebound. Great face-off jump here.
3 seconds left for Finley, nowhere near the net. Michigan State drains the remaining time, and Simon Tassi has had enough. Michigan State knocks off number 2 Wisconsin on Badgers home ice, 4-3, and there will be lots to debate on the ice tomorrow when these teams reconvene.
So Shouty was the initial player that made contact with the Michigan State defenseman, I believe, along the wall. Or excuse me, Wisconsin defenseman along the wall. Tassi came in and tried to twist his head off like it was a bottle cap or something. Shouty, lucky that there's not a full student section. He was having some words with the few that were there.
He's already walked off the ice. He's left his helmet on the ice. Now both teams skate their opposite ways.
Let's take a look at, so it's Finley. So Shouty's going to cross-check Finley. He goes down. That brings Tassi into the fold. The arms up as we're looking at things at this point. One of the officials is speaking with Adam Nightingale in real time. The other going over to talk to Mike Hastings to relay the news. I imagine it will just be penalties that will be inconsequential to the following game.
It appears that way.
How about Trey Augustine? I mean, you look at the box score and say, hey, Trey Augustine let in 3 goals. But I'll tell you, that was not at all what this game was all about. He was awfully impressive.
I feel like Wisconsin could have had 6 goals against a netminder not named Trey Augustine. Back in a moment to put a bow on this one.